a football match. It feels like this. It's like this esports thing that we put so much time into. It's become real, and it is the real deal. We're actually jumping into the knife round, and it is going to be Mirage between Team Property and GreyFace, Pive's comrades. Can they do it? I mean, obviously, still, you think that they're going to be able to take this one. I'm not so sure about it, but the knife round is about to commence, and let's see how this actually pans out. What do you feel about knife round strategy? Because there's obviously like a way to win every situation, whether it's a knife round or whether it's a 1v3 clutch. There's always strategy involved.
I mean, there are strategies involved. I've seen teams play it different ways. Usually, what I've seen works the most is if you're all going together and just trying to go in all at the same time, try to be as aggressive as possible all at the same time. But I've also seen tactics where teams will just stay in a line, just to make a row and make the enemy team come to them. That's why we see these standoffs that happen for 20, 30, 40 seconds. Teams just stand and kind of edge up and back and forth. But yeah,
right. So we have the team Prop winning the knife round, so they will be able to select their side.
Opting for the counter-terror side, so they're feeling very confident on their defense here. We'll see what they can make of it, as well as what terrorist tactics that GreyFace can come out with.
All right. What do you expect to see when you're looking at the pistol round on T or Mirage? Are there trends that you see observing so much at the top level?
What I've seen a lot is kind of going together as a pack. I've seen B hits, like full 5-man B hits, work a lot. I've seen A hits work a lot, but it looks like we're going live here in just a second, and most of the players are edging towards middle. So I guess what I say is completely out the window.
And indeed, we have Michael is going to be XM, and we've got Farashow is going to be Spitfire there, and Spitfire just trying to hold down mid there, and that's always nice to do. A couple players in mid. They have somewhat of a kind of advantage on the accuracy against the Glocks, but still, you don't want to be facing against 5 Glocks at once. So they got some information, and they're slowing things down a little bit. So right now, Steel, what are you seeing from GreyFace? What is their main objective here?
Well, their objective at the moment is just to kind of edge up middle and take middle control. But we saw Zelos actually come around the back. He did a B push and came all the way behind the enemy team and take one out. So this is looking very good for Team Property, as they have a 4-on-2 advantage at the moment. Caster's Curse. So I will slow down with that. It does look like that's actually turned around completely, and we are going to see the terror side advantage. Not entirely sure that they don't have the bomb, of course, so that's what they're waiting on right now. And Zelos is actually coming around and making a very quick work of this enemy team here. So, Pyth.
Yeah, 30 seconds left for Pyth to try to make something happen here. He's got the bomb, and he's got only one option. Just go for that plant, go for the site. He can't really hope to get an elimination, and there's no point sitting around trying to save, obviously, on the pistol round. So he's just going to go for that plant as fast as possible, see if he can get lucky. And right now, Zelos is going to be the man who has to try and stop this plant from happening. They won't be able to do it, so that's a big result there going in for GreyFace. Pyth, can he clutch this? He's 1 versus 2 with the bomb down. This actually looks not so bad if he gets the first frag, if they don't play this accordingly. And look, there it is. Great little peek out coming from Pyth onto Zelos. And just one player left up the stairs. Can he take him down? And no, 1 versus 2. Pyth is going to take the first round down. And that's a beautiful clutch coming in from him there. Was that just a mistake there from Team Prop?
I believe actually it was a mistake. We saw Property. They had the advantage there. We had Zelos pushing through the B apartments. He came behind the enemy team. He was able to get the pick off. They had the advantage, and then they kept that momentum going forwards as they, kind of got more kills in the middle area. They had a 5-on-2, I believe, and then that was brought down to a 4-on-2, 3-on-2, 2-on-2, and then in the end, obviously, we saw it was 1 and a 1 versus 2. But I mean, they threw away that advantage, and GreyFace, I mean, brilliant play to kind of pick up off that 2 versus 2 and win it in the end, but it shouldn't have got to that point. Team Prop, they had that advantage, and they lost it.
Certainly, and that's really nice here. They're taking it really, really slow right now, just playing the anti-eco as should be. And of course we can see, okay, they're looking for those long range situations where the rifles perform a lot better against the pistols. And Property, they're doing the right thing. They're trying to keep close range situations for themselves, not straying too much. Of course, XM went down. He tried to get some information, and that was very responsible there of GreyFace, just dealing with him straight away. So at least there was some information there, but still it's going to be 2 men on B. We've got 1 over at CPL and 1 on Shadows. So let's see if that GreyFace are actually able to do this without too many losses. They should be fine here. But there goes the pistol play. GreyFace will easily deal with Quitten as they drop down onto the site. There's one more around the bomb site. Boosted up Zealous in the site. He's going to go down as well. And we're looking at a retake situation, which of course is never going to happen. And they didn't even drop a single man. So slow and considered anti-eco. Pretty standard, wouldn't you say? And it worked out.
Yeah, slow, cautious play, and then they ended up regrouping and went to the B-bomb site. And you know what? That's exactly what you need to do. They got the opening pick off GreyFace, that is. Once you have that 5 versus 4 situation, you've pushed the enemy back into positions that you know that you can dominate them in. You can just group up and go together, and you're pretty much never going to lose against, you know, 1 or 2 opposing enemies.
So here you go, lots of good flashes coming out as they take over mid. Great aggressive play with the pistols. They take down 2 players of GreyFace. Can they claim the rifles? That's a big deal. Kabom is right there, trying to stop that from happening, to stop any pushes. And Max is going to shut down Zealous as they understood that A would be open. But can he handle the players on connector there? Maxi's kind of alone here, completely cut off. He's getting surrounded at this point, and they're slowly bearing down upon him. But he's able to take down 1. Takes down a second. Spitfire falls as well. And he's doing a wonderful job opening up the site for his team, more or less. And here they come. Looking really decent for them. Maxi, he did his job. He helped them put it to a 2 versus 2. GreyFace encroaching on the site at this point. Rifles coming in, easily deals with XM. There goes the Molotov. And this should be just easy ABC. 1, 2, 3. They've got this surely right now. Quitten's going to try to make the attempt, but no armor on him. This is going to be really tough. And he's going to do his best. He's up on the ramp looking for those angles. But if GreyFace play this well, there should really be no way for Quitten to do this. He's swinging on around. And yeah, the time was really on top of him right there. He had no kit, so he had to just go for it.
And it was a great play there by Property. Again, they kind of went together in the middle area. They threw a flashbang over top. They were able to kind of collapse on that middle area, get a few pickoffs. But I mean, to turn that round around, getting into that A bomb site, picking off 3 of the counter-terrorist members there, that was a great play coming in from GreyFace just to turn that round around. Again, I mean, this is becoming a trend now that we're seeing from them.
And can they do anything here with the AWP on Spitfire? Or actually, no, sorry, that's not Spitfire. That is going to be, of course, Pitta, sorry. So Pitta with the AWP. Not able to accomplish very much. They're taking over connector right here. Their intentions are known by Team Prop. They're setting up. They're all going down on the A bomb side, though. XM's positioned. Great frag onto Doyle like there. As he's looking for the second, there goes the trade. Good stuff from Maxi so far in this Mirage game. Kabom going to drop Zealous as well. And the bomb goes down, and he's going to take down Quitten. No retake for you. And 4-0. So not going so well on the buy round there.
And actually, missed quite a lot of that action, but basically what was going on was that we were seeing a split coming in, a 3-way split onto the A bomb site. We had the enemy, the terrorist team coming in from connector, but before they came in from the connector, they had players exiting out ramp and apartments both at the same time, and then that's where we saw the entry kills happening onto the A bomb site before we saw anything else happening. That's why, you know, the counter-terrorists, I think, were playing a little bit too passively in that situation, and it just let GreyFace kind of take control again. You know, it's like the counter-terrorists are trying to do their mid-aggressiveness, trying to catch the enemy off guard, but Property is not going to have the same amount of success that they had in the previous rounds doing this tactic. Great idea, but, I mean, once you do it once, it's like a one-time wonder type of thing. Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing a 5-0. So far, what your prediction is, at the start, they won the pistol round, of course, a nice little clutch from Pyth, and we've only seen one real strong attempt, one real strong buy round from Property. Here comes the next one. So let's see if they can turn this into something. Peter's looking for the opening pick onto mid here. He's not really going to find so much. We've got some players who may be moving through to the underpass, and it's a general spread across the map here from GreyFace. And let's see if they're able to get any information, if they're able to get any picks. And there he goes, moving
moving the kind of presence, removing the presence from CPL, from Property. Pretty risky to try to peek that at this point. As GreyFace slowly take over mid, something that is very common, very strong on Mirage. Taking over mid gives you a lot of options, reduces a lot of info for the CT side.
Peter actually saw this player cross in the apartment area. Oh, and there
Wonderful
he goes.
shot. And Maxi's a pretty key kill, actually. I mean, he's been doing a lot of work so far for GreyFace, going down at the start of the round. Here goes Peter, looks for the shot, and he grabs it onto Kabom. Beautiful play there. He may have even seen the bomb get dropped as he took that frag. That is a lot of very key information, and Whitten is wonderfully positioned over there, right on the short in that room. And can he find the frag? XM going to take down Pipey. They're all getting dropped here. Finally, the AWP does fall. Peter with the AWP, not going to get anything else. But it's a 4 versus 1 at this point. There should be no hope for GreyFace, surely. Good flash onto the mid there, and XM's going to clean it up.
Beautiful play there from Pita. I mean, getting those 2 op entry kills, that really kind of dictated the rest of the round. We saw once those 2 kills went down, that's the round over. Property picked up that round. Very, very good play from Pita there. Getting very aggressive, not even aggressive on middle, just peeking in and establishing dominance on that area. So we're probably going to see GreyFace throwing smokes to kind of disable him, throw smokes into the window, make sure that Pita's not able to actually do anything from that area.
Indeed, and I'm actually not too sure if Doyle is Zende or Bergs, because we have 2 fakes there. But look, what a perfect flash coming in there. Beautiful team play. Whitten dropping 2 players. They're going to try to scrap together some push onto the B bomb site. It looks like it's all down to Whitten, who takes down Kabom on short as well. But there's 1 man in the site, and the bomb, or 2 men in the site, and the bomb goes down. So the after plant here, they can't really get the post plant setup they want, and Team Prop are encroaching upon the site once again. Whitten pulling out yet another frag. He has been a monster this round. Can he get the ace? And XM's gonna steal it.
See, there's like an unwritten rule of CS in practice where if someone's got 4, you let them ace. The only way you stop it is if you knife them, but I guess they're taking this a little bit more seriously than practice at the moment, as they said, nope, I'm just going to end this round. Let's win this game and get it over with. So Property picking up their 2nd round here. This might be the start of the momentum that we'll see kind of edging on, maybe closer to your prediction, but in the end, I'm always right. So.
I have the pen, man. It's the mystical pen. But look at this. We're seeing a lot of players for GreyFace grouping around that T-slope. They've got the grenades right there, positioned, ready to fire, ready to hit those angles, to smoke off connector, smoke off spawn, smoke off CPL. Here they go, straight on into the site, charging in. Prop, they've got to put a good defense together. Spitfire starts off well, dropping Maxi, another player to fall also. Pytho with the entry frag, but will it be enough? It's a 3 versus 2 at this point, and the pressure is on GreyFace. At least they're in the site, but they don't have the bomb, and it's dropped by Shadow. This is a very hard situation to salvage with Team Prop surrounding them at this point. Can they get the bomb down? That is the $1,000,000 question. What a shot from Pitta there. Beautiful flick with the AWP. And there goes the trade. 2-on-1. It's Dark Lord, either Zende or Berg. And he has 2 players facing him. Zelos, still full health. Pitta very low. They should have this. There's no real way that he can pick up the bomb and go for the plant without them seeing. And he realizes this. This is very risky. He's got 30 seconds left, trying to raise his position to grab that bomb. There goes the pickup. They should hit the plant here. This shouldn't go for GreyFace, but he does get the bomb down. There goes the money. Sees both players. Well played by Team Property. They didn't try to rush out to get to kill him as he was planting. They played it so that both of them could always shoot at once, and that is good. Actually, the sure thing.
Dark Lord there played that perfectly. I mean, he got the bomb. He knew both of the enemies were going to be in this counter-terrorist spawn area. So knowing that both of them were there, what he did, so this is where both the counter-terrorist players were, we saw the bomb plant go down basically with cover. He planted the bomb and then trying to boost up onto the boxes where he could peek into the CT spawn, trying to kind of, get an aggressive pick, turn the tides in his favor, and then go from there. So it was really good play by him, but I mean, we saw the counter-terrorist Property pick up the round, kind of push in there. Oh my god.
Wow.
Opening up that round. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's great that at least XM was there to provide the trade before the smoke went down to smoke him out of connector. And Maxi, bit aggressive, Spitfire with the punish. And Huitin now getting a little aggressive on short to try to see if he can find anything else out. And he will find the AK-47 of Kabom straight in the face. And this is a nice position for Kabom to control here. He can see quite a lot. And we can see how far back Team Prop are right now at this moment. This is 3-on-3. The bomb's at mid still. It's 57 seconds on the round clock. So a lot of time for a decision to be made by GreyFace. They can afford to wait this out just a little bit to see if Team Prop will be impatient. So far, it doesn't seem to be the case, as they are playing it very defensively. They know if like one of them goes down easily, then the round is going to be very hard to take back. And Zelos, I think he heard something there. He's got an inkling, but Kabom with the frag. That's going to open up short now. And XM, he's going to realize this, calling Spitfire to his aid in kitchen. But this is going to be so difficult. Moving in slowly, looking at all the angles. Here they go, straight onto the site. XM with a free frag. He's going to get the double as well. Can he now take the third one? He's put it to a position where GreyFace can't plant now. Just waiting patiently. He knows he just has to wait for the planting sound, and Spitfire easily finishes off the third. XM, though, that was beautiful.
Yeah, great play again by Property. They're really picking up the momentum here, and it's a very bad situation for GreyFace. We saw them, GreyFace picked up the pistol, they picked up the first gun round. That's a lot of momentum. They got their 5 rounds, but it looks like on these gun rounds, they're really unable to actually make anything happen. We are going to see them on an eco round here. We do see 2 smokes and a few flashes, so it is going to be an execute onto the A bomb site. I mean, this might work, but we are going to see Pitta over here. Oh, not looking over at the A-bomb site with his op, but it's going to be a couple of rifles here and see what damage they can do.
And despite the smokes going in on the site, it didn't seem so time to look at this. There goes the knife, and he's going to get the frag with the knife. Yeah, the bomb didn't go down, obviously, and it was a nice risk to take, trying to just go for the bomb plant in the smoke, but actually it kind of helped XM a little bit. Get that knife frags, a lot of money in the bag.
Yeah, but even with that knife money, even with the extra $1,500, if GreyFace got that bomb plant, that's an extra $800 to each member on that team. That is a very, very good play. Like, on an eco round, you should have specific goals that you want to get. One of them being, get the bomb plant, get that extra money, and that helps with the economy for the rest of the entire team, basically. But we are going to see kind of a grouping up here from the terrorist team towards the B-bomb site. It looks like we only have Zelos over here by himself. So he's going to struggle to control this, but Skidden on the fast rotate to short will be able to help out a little bit here. But Spitfire,
he knows.
Already pushed up. This is going to be great to see.
And here they go. They're jumping straight on in. Zelos going to be able to take down one player, but that's it. Could have expected more, and Whitten's trying to pick up the pieces, but the bomb goes down. Once again, it's on XM versus 3 players. He takes down the first one. XM, can he be a miracle worker again? He turns around, takes down Pyth. How the hell did that even happen? Kabom gets taken down by XM as well. He is a one-man force of destruction, a whirlwind of destruction right now. XM, oh my god.
Don't ask me how that happened, because I don't know how that happened. That shouldn't happen. In pro level CS, that shouldn't happen.
That should never happen, man.
I want to say the score right now is 6-5 in favor of GreyFace. Not only because that would be closer to my prediction, but because, you know what, honestly,
you don't get to live after seeing a guy with a rifle hold it whilst you're holding a grenade. You don't get to live.
But I think, even though Property, they did a very good job in retaking that round, Spitfire was pushed up in apartments, and they had that information that no one was A for so long, but they didn't react on it for so long. So I think that, I really think that that round should have gone to GreyFace, to be honest.
I agree completely. XM, though, he is just turning into a monster, and I don't usually feel like he's the mad fragger, but so far, that's what we're seeing from XM. We're seeing he's in the zone, and Huitin there in his usual position over by short. Very hidden, easily able to reach XM over in CPL if needed. And they're just holding their ground as once again GreyFace goes with the mid takeover. Gives them a lot of options. See if they can get a pick, some info. And here they go. They know Huitin's there. They've seen him there before. And Kabom, he usually wins that fight, takes it down again. Problems again for Team Prop as they go down 2 versus 4. And it's on XM again. He's shown the triple power. Can he do the quad? Looks like no.
And that's a great play there by GreyFace. Again, I actually missed that. Basically what happened was while we were seeing all the battle happening down over in middle, towards connector, towards short, and everything happening there, that drew the counter-terrorists basically away. They started focusing on mid, and that allowed GreyFace to basically walk up into the A bomb site and kill the counter-terrorists in the back. So really well played. Just great communication coming in from GreyFace, and that opened up the round for them. Kind of getting back into this game, 6-6 scoreline. This is very, very close, and kind of something that I was expecting here from two Swedish teams going up against each other.
Definitely, that is the key point, isn't it? The Swedish part.
rivalry.
I mean, you never know with the Swedes, and right now again, we have one player pushed up quite far into mid. It's Pyth, and look at, oh my goodness. If
Imagine
only
he just accidentally
knew.
clicked.
Yeah,
just accidentally clicks.
he like sneezes or something. It's just boom. And here he goes through the smoke, and he's there in the corner. We know that, but does Peter know that?
There's action going on at B, so I don't think he wants to take his eyes off.
That is a very nice position for Pyth as well. He's able to do a lot from that position. If they try to get any information over towards mid, if there's a play on B or a play on short, you can get an easy pick onto Peter. He can also hear any movement going on at CPL and around A. So that's a really nice forward position there, just from information alone. But here they go, making their way in. They decide now is the time, and that missed AWP shot, that is a big deal. It means they can push closer. That's what they do. Maxi's going to take him down. They drop onto Shadow as well, removing Spitfire from that position, and it's a 3-on-4. And once again, they are losing the sights. They are pushed to these retake situations.
Yeah, and actually, I think we're going to see a save here coming out from Property. They really have no chance in the round. 4 versus 3, they're kind of hurt. They don't have nades. We see one smoke grenade, one actual HE grenade, so they're just going to run off. But what we saw here was too much of a defensive setup. They didn't have the map control. So we saw the first round that Property won. It was Pitta getting the kills with the op over at middle. Now we saw no control. We had an opera over here kind of looking into connector that was smoked off the most of the round. We had a counter-terrorist player who was playing, you know, defensively, just making sure that no enemy boosted into window. But that let the terrorist team get full control. We saw one player pushed up in here the entire round, one person kind of hanging out in middle, and that let the rest of them come in and do a split from apartments and ramp at the same time. And you know what? That's a free kill on Pitta. So that opened up the round. Very good play coming in here from GreyFace, but it looks like we are going to get a match pause.
Right,
briefly.
and to be honest, I mean, you made the point with one round, you're like, okay, you know, when XM was holding a grenade and just like looking, you know, lovingly into the eyes of whatever terrorist player it was, and then decide, oh, I'll just switch to the rifle, survive somehow. Again, you should never survive in that situation. You said, okay, that should be around, obviously, for GreyFace. But there are so many situations. We're seeing so many, like Team Property, they keep having to clutch. That's not where you want to be. You don't want to have to keep having to clutch just because they are. That really shows to me that their days are numbered, actually, because GreyFace, they're having the stronger side so far, despite the score.
Can you say that one more time? Who's having a better time?
GreyFace.
No, it's definitely... It's coming down to the wire. A lot of these rounds do end up in clutch situations.
You can take it.
A lot of the rounds,
the pen, you have the power.
No, you can have it.
Okay, thanks.
A lot of the rounds are coming down to really close situations, though. It looks like most of the time Property, you know, they did the retake on the B bomb site. They did a retake on the A bomb site.
XM did. Let's give the credit to him, actually.
Okay. We can single out names. It's okay. But we saw. I mean, it was good play from Property. But we should have seen the scores going the other way. Like GreyFace, if we, you know, at bench in B, we shouldn't have seen, you know, whoever, was it XM? Just flick around and get that other that third
exactly,
kill?
yeah.
It's
XM.
like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen often. Often. Sometimes that happens. That's why they're pro players. But no, it's going down to the wire, definitely, and it's really hard to predict what's actually going to happen in the rounds, because you'll see the advantage swing one way, but then, you know, one massive play will kind of swing that momentum the opposite direction.
Yeah.
We'll see not only one round get picked up, but, you know, consecutive rounds. We saw the eco come out, and they're so close to getting that bomb plant. So close.
Oh, yeah. That was incredibly close. And it's dangerous when you have a situation that's like so close like this, because the later on into the match you get, the more, I mean, when one team does, for example, because both teams have very fragile economy because of this, like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, then eventually it can get to a point where you're late enough that a team gets that that lead because, you know, they force an eco and the other team's money is a bit screwed. And at the end of the match, that's not when you want that situation, because then it puts an incredible amount of pressure on you. You start having to scrap together buys. You can't really hold certain positions as you want to because you don't have the weapons necessarily you need. Yeah. So if it keeps going like this, it's just going to be such a nail biter. Like it's already very interesting. Again, I mean, this first half is almost over and done with, and it really feels like, as we said, GreyFace should have a lot more rounds. Do you think that they're going to struggle more on the CT side? Do you feel like they're going to be stronger aggressively or defensively?
So I don't know. I honestly don't know enough about the team to kind of give an accurate.
Okay.
I know. I
they
think that
they don't know that. They don't know that still. You didn't have to say that. You just ruined.
It's fine. No. You know what? I like to be transparent. I like to be honest. I like everyone to know exactly what I'm thinking. I think GreyFace will take it in the end. I don't know if they will do aggressive or passive style though. Just from the way that they're playing their terror side, I can say that they probably enjoy taking middle control, which means we might see a lot of kind of aggressive play from middle window, from short, from A bomb site, like the connector and helping out. But I was just taking a look over at the cache. It is about to go live again, but I was just taking a look at the cache here, and we are actually seeing, a lot of the money going in the way of Property at the moment. They have more total cash earned, but the other thing that we have to look at is Terra's team. It costs so much less to actually make anything happen. And the 8K is $2,700.
Oh my god.
That's all you need.
Talking about an aggressive middle. Here they go, piling on into the mid. And Peter cannot hit the supporting shots that he has to hit to make it all okay. And now Team Proper in a horrible position, because that aggression did not pay off. Peter couldn't provide the support, and now the bomb is down on A. We've got 3 players left alive to try to make this retake happen again. It's all down to these clutch situations. We're talking about it right there in that pause, and look at this. It's a 2-on-3 right now. Peter's still alive, but perhaps the underhanded throw going a bit wrong there for Pyth, but it's okay because it's just Zelos remaining, and where is he? Over at the spawn there. It's not looking so good for Property right now. What happened in that round?
Basically.
Oh my god, okay.
No time. It's fine. Don't get it too excited.
But it's exciting, come on.
He died with the bomb. No, it's an overextension that he did. He's sitting in CT spawn for so long. I think maybe he was looking to go for the ninja maybe, but I mean, when you're looking, let's look at their money real quick. When you're looking this low on money, and it's the second last round, you need to save that M4. Let's see. They're all able to buy, but I mean, if you save that M4, maybe he could have let PETA get more than just armor off. That's all he has right now.
Basically.
Exactly.
There's no need to have to rebuy there. There's no need. And look at this. Oh, there you go. Kabomb!
And
that is why he's called Kabomb.
Wide open.
Aggression. XM, he's got the answers today, though. He's got the back of the maths book open. He knows all the answers to all the questions. And he's one of those. And it's Witten and Zelos left again. Again, another retake. GreyFace are getting so many plants. So many plants. It's insane.
We are seeing the patience coming in here from Skid, and he's not pushing in just yet until his teammate's coming around the back, but I mean, it's too little too late.
There you go. So 1-on-2 now. Ooh, not quite.
That was close. 9-6 scoreline for halftime. That's not that bad. GreyFace did get the pistol round, so we cannot forget about that.
But we also can't forget about how many planting opportunities they had. They had so many. They had way too many. Yeah. I felt like they had way too many planting situations. Maybe Property, you know, they want the retake situations. Do you think that could be a possibility, or why are we seeing that?
It's definitely possible because we can see kind of how defensive GreyFace were playing. Sorry, not GreyFace. Property were playing on their counter-terror side. We saw, you know, some rounds they had one player in B and everyone else was towards A. Some rounds they had. You know, very passive A setup. One person in CT spawn, one person in their apartments, and one person, you know, making sure no one comes through the window. But they're very spread apart at that same token. We are going to see a B push here coming in from Property, so this is going to be absolutely massive. This is going to be instrumental for Maxi to actually hold on to. And I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Wow. So Maxi goes down. Kabomb trying to spam some shots. Oh! Witten. He needs to be hospitalized. And Doylak could be Zende, could be Berg. I just don't know. He's just spamming them down. But it's a 2 versus 3 right now. They have time to do this, and in they go. Charging on in. Dark Lord looking for some frags, but gets taken down right there. Pyth Can he do it again on a pistol round? He's looking to try and start something. It's a one-on-one. He knows where the last player is. He has to reload. And Spitfire will find that frag. And Pies cannot do the same thing twice.
A bit anticlimactic there, don't you think?
A little bit.
That's actually going to equalize a scoreline. We're going to see 2 anti-eco rounds coming out here. And as I was blabbering on about what was happening in the previous half, you can't stop Glocks just plowing out B. You can't play that defensively on counter-terror side over at B against the likes of Glock armor. It just doesn't happen. It's not a thing.
It is not a thing, and look at that. So playing the kind of slow, standard anti-eco kind of strategy again. We have players split in the right place. We've got one at T-spawn in case they got aggressive on the A slope. We've got the 3 men holding down mid. We've got one who's watching with the rifle. The long ranges on the B house. So they have everything really covered here. They're working those ranges very well. And looks like they're deciding. Now they have one man pushed up to go for this B. One man on short. Pipe coming in there from the connector actually taking one down. But it shouldn't amount to too much.
No, actually, we're going to see Property just running in through the B-bomb site, getting the opening kill on there, but... sorry, not getting the opening kill. They got taken down, but I mean, it's too little, too late. All the counter-terrorists can really hope for at this moment.
But the CZ-75, but wait.
Look how many bullets he's got. Oh, there we go. Top one. Basically, in that situation, what he did was okay. He wasn't kind of pushing in. He wasn't trying to go be a hero and kind of kill everyone and then get the bomb defused. He was just trying to pick off some weapon, kind of spoil the economy from Team Property there. And you know what? He did an excellent job there. We are going to see Peter actually opting to use the CZ-75 himself. He's going to save up for his op. But, I mean, great play from Property there. Kind of slow, taking it through middle, and then once they saw that there was the opening on B, that no counter-terrorists were really watching it, they're all focused, too busy focused on the middle area, that's when they come out from behind. So, well played there, but we are going to see another eco coming out, and it looks like we are going to actually see a stack coming in here on short. It's going to be toe-to-toe here against these CZ-75s. This might be very bad for Team Property.
The
once
gamble.
this corner.
A huge gamble. Can it pay off? Oh no! Whitten takes him down with ease. Oh, GreyFace. They had it right, but there's still more players left. But they should be able to predict this. They know it's going to be, the site has to be swarming with GreyFace players, and they will all go down. Oh, it's heartbreaking to see that. They had it right. It could have happened, but...
That was a well-placed flash, I think. I wasn't looking from the point of view of the counter-terrorists, but I think that flash kind of nailed it. And it's just two easy kills right there, and then, you know, picking up the extra rounds. Good idea coming in from GreyFace. Great flash from Property. So we are going to see the 9-9 scoreline, rather. I don't know how many 9s we need.
And this is going to be interesting now, because this is the point where an economy can be made right now, and which team is going to be able to set the difference. Again, we have mid getting taken over by Team Prop, so very standard stuff there. We've got Peter, who's set up kind of in the B house kitchen, if you will, as Zealous watches for any aggressive pushes from the CPs from A. And look at that, right before the smoke goes down, no, Spitfire.
That was from window, actually. So Spitfire actually, with all the smokes causing all that confusion, he was able to make his way all the way into window room, and I had actually missed that myself. Don't worry, it's not you. Great slow play coming in here from Property. I think GreyFace is playing it a little bit too passively, to be honest. And here we're seeing an opening, just massive holes in the defense here. I mean, Peter's just going to keep going aggressively on B, but we can see that the counter-terrorists haven't budged. They're just waiting, and
GreyFace, proper waiting as well. They're looking for this rotation. They know, and the bomb is actually there on Zealous. So they know that the B side of the map is totally clean. And Spitfire watching CD spawn, XM watching connector. This is the process of deduction. They can just understand exactly where Pyth is, where Doylike is of GreyFace. This should be pretty easy for them. They get the plant, and we'll see the save coming in from GreyFace.
So there's one of two things that was happening there, and I'm not sure exactly which it was. One of them would be, we just saw, you know, I'm not going to see Pythy getting or going down himself. So that's just, okay, he's going to try to get out of here, but he's probably going to go down. He's getting pushed by 3 angles. What we saw happening there, though, was basically Peter coming in to the B-bomb site by himself. Once he takes down, you know, one of the players, and then he's pushing in all the way through B window by himself, what that indicates is, oh, he's just here by himself trying to go for a flank, bomb is most likely still outside of A somewhere. So the counter-terrorist players might have been waiting for that A attack, and then they would have just made something happen out of that. Or they might have just said, you know what, it's just us two. Let's just save right now. Let's just keep our positions and not move anywhere. So I'm not sure exactly which it was, but either way, I believe GreyFace did make the correct play there, even though they lost and they lost the weapons in the round, or in the end of the round anyways. It was the correct play. I have no idea what's going on. There's smokes everywhere. Yeah,
it looks like he just simply got spammed down through the smoke, and that was a great gamble there. I mean, well, rather not really a gamble, but just a guess, great guess, and yielded a result. 5 versus 3 now, and this is really difficult for Property because they have to combine their efforts now. They can't really spread out and risk dropping a weapon to the CT side GreyFace here. That could be very, very dodgy. And GreyFace, they're not really playing for these weapons because they realize if they move out of position here, it's a bit too risky. It's not worth the risk to go for those weapons. So they're holding position, and here we go. We have Prop. They have to make their last attempt here up on the A slope. And GreyFace, they're positioned fairly well to deal with this. Here goes Doyle, like CZ75 action coming into play. It's just Zelos left, and there is surely not too much he can do. Beautiful stuff there from GreyFace.
This gun should be banned. Come on. No, great play there. I mean, getting that aggressive play over on middle, kind of taking control of that area. And I guess I kind of touched on that briefly when I said, you know, when you asked me how are they going to play it, that's exactly what they need to do. Get a little bit aggressive on short over at middle and from the connector, kind of make those plays, keep control of the map. But I mean, in a situation like this, when the terrorist team Property is about to just do a full-on A hit, don't know how that's going to pan out. We are going to see the quick rotation round. Dark Lord moving his op over towards connector, so he's going to be a quick rotation onto the A area, but we are going to see the execution coming in right now.
And here we go, they're all charging in. They have one flanker over an underpass. You could catch the short man, but that's not the issue right now. Can GreyFace hold on to these positions? The smokes are down, flashes have gone out, and XM with a double. Zelos gets the third. Quitten gets the frag on the rotator. This is perfection on the execution right now from this aggression, and that was just a clean sweep. Beautiful stuff from Team Prop, really showing their class in that round.
So what we saw the first half is we saw GreyFace actually trying to do that a lot themselves, just all group outside of A bomb site, throw smokes over, throw flashes, try to break into that site. And we saw that Property wasn't able to hold, Property was really good at holding against that. Right here, GreyFace, against the same tactic that they were using, they didn't have anything to really counter it. They had no counter flashes, no counter smokes. They kind of just got picked off one by one by one. And it's things like that you can't really have happen, otherwise you just lose full map control.
And look at this Pitta. He's often in this position, looking for that next frag, and he's going to find it on Maxi. So they have the info that there's at least one player down there. But he actually has the bomb as well. But look at this, they're going to go for it in mid. It's easily defended by Team Property with those rifles. And of course it is. And actually, the last player left, Kabom, he is sitting in on the site. He gave away his position, so they're like, all right, we'll just go over to A then. And there's really not much at all that he can do.
Yeah, it looks like he might just try to actually go and try to get an exit kill. Don't know why he wouldn't just try to, I don't know, where'd that gun go down? There's not much he can do at this point. He's just going to sit here and wait for someone to come chasing for him. And you know what? He doesn't actually have to do anything. All he has to do is kind of chill out, let the round finish. Bomb's planted, not much time left. He's just going to make sure he's not getting shot in the back. But there's not much he can do in this situation. So just going to let the time run out.
So far, it seems like Team Prop are doing a lot better overall on the CT side, but we did see from Property, rather, from GreyFace on the CT side even,
yes.
But Property, we saw them with a very, very effective push on the A with those smokes and flashes. I mean, that was not just run and gun. That was a rehearsed strategy we saw from them, something that they can do, that they can repeat. And will they try for that again? Because it was successful once.
I mean, GreyFace, they only have one counter-terrorist round. They were 9-6 up at half, so right now we just saw the scores equalized, and then we saw an extra gun round and 2 ecos coming out. So, I mean, GreyFace not having strongest of counter-terrorist sides, we need to see them actually try to make a move somewhere, try to make a play. Maybe in middle, just somewhere. They can't just sit this passively and let the enemy team walk all over them. Props just taking middle control. This is basically, we're seeing a mirror of what was happening in the first half. An exact mirror. Except for the pistol round.
Definitely. Yeah, no. It's, even the pistol round was kind of close with, leaving it to the Pipe 1 versus 2 again and all that going down to the wire. It is very similar with these two teams. And it's hard to say exactly where the huge weakness is in the defense, but both teams were struggling a lot on the CT side when perhaps they shouldn't have been. And here we go. Maxi's in a very crucial position with the FAMAS. Cannot hold against Spitfire. Great flashes coming in from his teammates, allowing Spitfire to make that frag somewhat more easily. And there goes Kabom now, trying to flank around. Can he catch the frag on Spitfire? There is the support from XM. And things are going downhill rapidly for GreyFace.
Oh, he's going to be crushed to learn that Spitfire only has 1 health after that spam through the short wall. And GreyFace is actually pushing for this, and they're going to keep losing players, and they're going to keep losing guns, and they should just save in the situation. There's nothing that they can do. The positioning is way too perfect coming in here from Property at the moment, and that's going to be just one remaining member of GreyFace is saving his M4. If we take a quick look at the cash, I mean, none of them have money, really. This is going to be another eco round coming in here. They've lost enough in a row where they're getting maximum money bonus, 3,400 bucks.
Hey, my prediction, man. It's looking not so bad at the moment. I mean, it's not looking so bad.
I can redeem myself later in the day.
And we have tomorrow. There's always tomorrow as well. In case today is not.
Oh, actually, it wasn't the max money. I was wrong. They picked up one of the rounds after all the pistol rounds went down, so they're only at $2,000 money bonus. This is really not looking good for GreyFace at the moment. They need to basically win out. If they lose another round after winning one, they're done for. They won't have enough economy. They need to save as many weapons as possible at this point. There's nothing.
All right, let's see if they can do something here. We have Maxi moving on B house a little aggressively again. It's partly for the information, but we have Pitta who's ready for that. I mean, it's an obvious thing to protect against, and Pitta was there. Again, losing players in connector, they're just locking down mid. It really feels like we're looking at a helpless GreyFace side, and it really looks like they're going to have to do everything on the next buy round. They have to win the game, pivot it on that round, and if they aren't able to do that, it looks hopeless. It really does. We can see Team Prop, they're just holding strong still. Just if one of them even gets challenged, they have friends there to help support quickly, go for trades if necessary. They're just all over it.
This is do or die right here. We are going to see Dark Lord picking up the op, so it's going to be interesting to see what he actually opts to do with it. It looks like he's got this A spawn. We might see an aggressive play into apartments. We saw this on one of the opening rounds, and he just died. But it'll be interesting. No, he's not going there. He's going towards mid. You know what? Taking a different angle might not be a bad idea.
This is nice, and he might just get the frag. He misses the little flick there, the mini flick, and won't get a kill. So this is problematic. They know now that there was an AWP around that position. It's a little bit of information, even if he does move, and misses the next shot as well. And he has no armor. He just went for the straight AWP buy because the economy is so bad. And here it is. The flash was decent, but still, he goes down with no frags. GreyFace are losing so many men, but it is a 3 versus 2 right now. Spitfire's trying to make that a 3 versus 1. He's successful, and it's all on Kabom to save the round, potentially save the game, but they cannot do it. 15-10 now. 1 round closer to my prediction.
Too much map control from Property. They're doing a really good job by just taking over that middle area. Once they take control of mid, they're able to get into short, they take window, they take connector, they take everything, they're able to do whatever they want, and basically what they've been doing is killing off the enemy team one by one by one. But we are going to see aggressive play here from GreyFace. Yeah,
and the scout.
Yep. Pipe, great position. Once he's all the way up in this position, they know it's going to be A. We see Kabom rotating all the way around, and here's going to be the execution. There's smokes everywhere, but it looks like GreyFace is peeking a little bit prematurely.
Yeah, let's see if they're able to do something here. Unable to take them down. The AK's too strong against the FAMASs right now. Maxi in the smoke, going to drop right down there, pick up 1 kill, trying to fix this situation rapidly. Pipe comes in from the back to take 1 player down. They're sandwiching the Swedes right here. But it is a 2 versus 1 Pyth with 7 points of health, a FAMAS, and a severe lack of hope. And he's going to run all the way around. He knows that the slope position is far too compromised. He's going to take his chances through connector, perhaps, or even CD spawn. Or they're not really the time for that, but looks like it is indeed connector. Can he even find a weapon anywhere? That would be really helpful, but here he goes. And easily taken down, 16-10. Team Property, as I predicted, are going to go through.
What was the scoreline that you predicted?
16-10. Oh, yeah. I think you were 16-13 the other way, right? I think that was something like that. But, all right, so prediction-wise, I'm doing okay. It's the pen, man. I swear to God, it's the pen. It's never wrong. Anyways, so there you go, guys. That was a pretty awesome match we saw there. I mean, I'd say that's a Swedish map as well. 2 Swedish teams. Often we see great performances from the Swedish lineups.
I think that's a Polish map now.
A Polish map now.
Yeah.
That
Virtus
is
Pro dominating it.
There is a great argument for that. That's true. That is true. So many awesome games coming up as well. We've got 2 more best of ones to look forward to. So this is, of course, if you're just joining us, the FACEIT March Championship, powered by Deal Compare and eGaming Bets. So mad props to those guys for supporting Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I mean, the game is going places. It's so gorgeous to see the level of play that we're getting to see now, because we have all these tournaments, all the money going in, the community's there to support it. We've got more write-ups, more movies, more tournaments, more everything. The community is thriving right now.
It is. It's growing massively, exponentially. Like
that is the word.
If you go back a year, 2 years, I mean, sure there were events, but at this scale,
yeah, man.
Like this is reliving.
I feel smug right now.
Time.
I feel pretty smug about how things are growing.
You look pretty smug right now.
Yeah,
look
okay.
at that smile on his face. Like,
Definitely. All right, guys, it's time for a quick break. We're back with more Counter-Strike action here, live on FACEIT TV for our March Championship right after this.